Welcome, and thank you for joining for another whiskey review. Today, we're going to take a look at the Gold Spot 9-year-old. Dustin, this particular one was for the 130th year of Michelin Sons?
135th.
135th, forgive me. 1887 to 2022. Comes in at 51.4% ABV and an exotic cask maturation of ex-bourbon, ex-sherry, ex-Bordeaux wine, and port pipes. So, a lot going on there.
They got complicated. I have heard through the grapevine that we're looking at up to 14, maybe some slightly older whiskey even than that. Mixed in here, I think the port pipes are fairly old whiskey that are coming through here.
Now, I know one of our buddies and subscribers, DJ Beacon, he likes, the Red Spot, these different ones. I never really knew about the gold until you picked this one up. Is this a regular release?
That's a one-off limited edition. Again, it's for the 135th anniversary, which was 2022.
And that's it.
It's a one-off.
I'm surprised they wouldn't save Gold Spot for a regular release. It's such a good name. And it's a beautiful looking label. Yeah. Look at that thing.
They're just waiting for me to call it Brown Spot. That's really what it's all about.
All right. So, again, this is Irish pot still whiskey. You guys had a chance to try any of these. These are usually solid offerings. Beautiful natural color there. And again, is that cask strength at 51.4?
I don't believe it is, because I've not seen anywhere where they've listed that.
Yeah,
so I guess it's just they thought that was the right drinking strength. I'm very happy at the 51. When I first heard about this, I heard the price was going to be $130. They're going to put a 9-year age statement, and it wasn't cask strength was the impression I got, and I was like, well, who's going to buy that? But then I saw 51.4, and I said, oh, well, that's fine. 51.4 is solid.
Yes, you're over 50%.
Yeah. It means I can add water if I need to. It's pot still, which always comes off heavier, richer. I mean, these are usually denser whiskeys, even at 46. So
that's good too.
I was pretty happy. Mm-hmm. It smells really good, Mike.
It does.
I don't even know how to describe this one.
Man. Yeah, it's almost like that pot still note that we usually get. Sometimes we say it comes off metallic or coppery in lesser whiskeys. It almost just comes off like golden wheat or something on the smell. Like it just smells so rich. Like I know where that's coming from. You get them in all Irish whiskeys, but in this one, I think it's because of the port pipes. It has just changed it into like just a fruity but yet light and crisp smell. Oh man!
Every time I go in for a nosing on this, it changes. And here's what I think is doing that, Mike. One, you have that pot still note, which, as you noted, kind of a little metallic, a little bit of spice, can give a little bit of youth character. Then I get dark fruit from the port pipe, for sure. Then I get this funky umami soy sauce kind of note from the Bordeaux, I believe. And then I get just really nice, sweet chocolate, vanilla kind of stuff, which I think is just kind of that bourbon sherry, kind of the more traditional Irish. And this does not come off like 9-year-old whiskey on the nose.
It does not. And I tell you what, that vanilla note is incredible in this one.
I'm getting like fresh cut, like lilacs or something. I mean, just crazy flower note.
Remember I said golden barley earlier?
I'm with you there too, buddy.
You could sashay into that. You walk through a field of flowers on the way there.
Yeah, you're right. There's like a fresh grain note in a really nice way.
Wherever this place is, if this smell exists in reality as a physical place, I want to be there. Man, almost very reminiscent of the Red Breast 21. I believe I said in that whiskey, this just makes me smell happy. This smell makes me happy.
Yeah.
Very similar, man. This smell just, wow.
Yeah, this is a little dirtier, a little darker, a little richer.
The extra little bit of darkness that comes in, I would agree, probably the port pipes, but probably also aided by sherry. It's just so rich.
But it's that Bordeaux that's giving these weird, like, because I'll get Bordeaux sometimes on it, which is this kind of dirty red wine note, and I assume that's where it's from. And then I won't get it. It'll come in clean, then it comes in dirty, then it comes in somewhere in between.
Yeah, the Bordeaux is jumping around, and it's almost just running around the background, like just looking to sneak in punches, like when someone isn't looking. Because you're right, it goes away, and I pick up those vanillas and that golden grain and that metallic note that turned into sunshine somehow. But then like Bordeaux just comes back like I'm still here, make it a little bit red, a little bit dark, and it's dirty. You're right. That's what I mean by just throws in sucker punches from someone's shoulder.
Yeah, I mean, it really just, it's beautiful. I notice the legs on that thing, Mike. It's really nice, slow, full body.
The ABVs made this nosing at least neat, so rich and full.
Yeah, man. All right, let's get into it.
It's such a gripping smell. And again, I cannot understate this, or I don't want to understate this, so I will say it again. The vanilla note on this is incredible. What are you picking up on the palate?
Give me a second here, man. Wow.
That good, huh?
Well, it's bold. It's spicy. It's in your face.
Picking up that ABV?
I'm starting to pick up the ABV for sure. We get in the pot still oiliness. We get in the pot still spice. I'm also picking up a little bit of the youth does kind of get you up front. Or it could be the Bordeaux. I'm still not sure. It's just a cacophony of just all kinds of crazy experiences happening here. Spice, yet it's super creamy and oily. The vanilla is coming through very light and refreshing. Man, it's got a little of everything here.
Custard cream on the palate.
I need to go in for another taste here, Mike. I've had this, as you can tell, I've had it down to here. Every time I come back to it, though, I gotta pause and remember.
There's almost that red wine from the Bordeaux, like the tannins on the side too, like a little bit on the finish. Man, vanilla, oaky vanilla. There's almost like an ashy note to it as well.
Yeah, and mid palate,
Like
just past the front of your tongue. Yeah, it gets ashy, smoky,
metallic ash with caramel, maybe. Caramel flakes.
It's toffee, man.
You always correct me on that, but I think
It's
you're right.
toffee, yeah.
I think you're right.
It's toffee and but it's like a toffee pastry crust.
Oh my God! It's almost like now I'm picking up frosted flakes on the nose without milk.
It's it's like a very dried, sweet croissant, super dry.
Frosted flakes. I don't even like frosted flakes, but I remember them. You know what I mean? My sister.
Frosted flakes sounded great until your second bite when they were just mush.
Yeah, they got soft too fast. Sure, softed flakes.
I don't think that's gonna sell. Your dad's not buying that.
No, but that's what it smells like.
Flaccid flakes, guys. Here you go.
Not up to the challenge, flakes.
They don't last.
No.
Yeah, there's almost like a hint of a battery note on here too.
You're right. Sugary grain and a 9-bolt.
Exactly. Well, let me see the water there, Mike.
Yeah, no problem. Sorry about that.
Yeah, no problem. This one I'm gonna add a decent wallop. I've been very, very light on it so far tonight, but we're gonna go a little heavier here.
Ever tested a 9-bolt on your tongue?
Oh, who hasn't?
Yeah. What guy hasn't?
True.
This seems like a good idea. But yeah, a little bit of that.
And you see your sisters looking at you like, why would you do that? And you're like, well, my understanding of battery is when the positive and the negative
Why wouldn't
close.
Why wouldn't I?
Where did you learn that? I don't know. Dad probably told me.
Oh, beautiful spice. Beautiful spice, beautiful oak.
Oh, my God. Oh, it did exactly what I wanted it to do with water.
That port pipe note reminds me of a Dalmore 25 I had a few times, a 2014 bottle, if I'm not mistaken. Port pipes, if they're done right and not overdone, they use it as a compliment like it is here. Mm-hmm. Perfect.
I love port, especially on older whiskeys. Port doesn't always work in the young stuff, but older whiskeys, it's beautiful.
I had a lot of excitement just reading the cask maturation. Anytime using 4 or 5 different kinds of casks, usually you're not overdoing any of them.
Yeah.
Usually it's a bunch of pieces, and that's exactly what you have here. And port should be one of those whiskeys where it's a small compliment. I wouldn't say never the show. We have
Cavallon works beautifully.
Yeah, Cavallon's where
Springbank has done it.
Single cask. Sure, it can be done. It can be done. But I want that in the hands of a master. Not that bringing all of these great flavors together is in the hand of a master, because this has a ton of complexity to it. Man, I didn't expect this to be one of my more favorite Irish whiskeys, but here we are.
I was really impressed with this one. I came in with very low expectations, and I have been thrilled with this bottle.
How much again? 130?
130, 135, something like that. Maybe I paid $1 for every year they've been around. Who knows? I can't remember. I've seen this thing between 110 and 150, depending on where it was, and this came in right around the middle. And I was just like, you know what? It's here. I kind of want to try it. Let's do it. Glad I did.
Glad you did.
And I tell you what, Mike, the water has just cleaned this nose up and made it beautiful with it's essentially just this golden vanilla, wheat or barley. I actually think it's like golden wheat, and then it finishes with a little bit of pork pipe. It really worked out beautifully with water.
You like that golden wheat comment, don't you?
I mean, I was almost thinking golden grams, but it's not quite there. So it makes perfect sense.
Yeah, with water, which you said, add vanilla to the things you already mentioned.
Oh yeah, the vanilla's for sure there.
A little bit of char. Very clean, very clean. I mean,
for me, it's just nice oak.
That dirty Bordeaux.
I'm not even getting the Bordeaux anymore. That the dirt's gone. This is clean.
It still lingers there. And you know what's weird is it only comes up every once in a while.
This to me is like I'm on a wooden ship, and then like smelling this beautiful it's like it's a breeze over a flat patch of flowers or something coming through, with I don't know some dark plums or something out there too.
Absolutely nothing off-putting with water.
Oh man, it's beautiful.
The metallic note completely went away, but the metallic note from the pot still, what I refer to as the metallic note, was probably as good. I'm not talking substantial. I'm just talking about what you did with the note was caressed about as well as you could have done. But with water, it does take a little bit of a step back.
Yeah,
and you're right. It is cleaner. I still get a little bit of Bordeaux, but it is cleaner. It is just breaking down to that what we refer to as golden wheat. That beautiful, juicy plum note from the pork pipe. Sugary plum. Sugary date, maybe. Yeah, it simplified it with water, for sure. But I like the simplification.
And water didn't work as well on the palate. And so what the water's helping me do is pick out the one kind of flaw that I did find in the whiskey initially that I was tentative to really bring up until I kind of came back here with the water. And it's this, where the pot still comes in, we sometimes get that metallic. There is a little bit of not just metallic, but bitterness there that I think is indicating a little bit of that, probably that, whatever they used that was 9 years old in here. And it's leaving it a little short for me. It's just throwing a slight off note in here that's keeping this from really getting into high scores for me.
Yeah, there's a bit of a chalky tannic wine that kind of settles in underneath your tongue, especially on the finish, especially with the water. That's either from the sherry cask or the Bordeaux. I would guess the Bordeaux.
It's a drying whiskey too on the finish as well, very drying.
Yeah, I think that those wines kind of add to that. Almost comes off a little bit red too. Now on the finish on the side, but it's a little slightly tannic. But I'm nitpicking, man. I'm really enjoying this experience. This
really good whiskey.
Absolutely worth $130.
Oh yeah,
$1 for every year.
Hey, I think it may have been $135. They may have just priced it for the anniversary. Who knows?
So where are you at as far as a whiskey score on this one?
I feel like a broken record today, Mike, but I am 88 again, and I'm really close to an 89. This one's the one that's really getting me thinking about it, but that one note there just brought it down. And also, I would say with water, didn't hold up as well on the palate.
Yeah, this is the first time I'm above you, so I'm going to go 89 on this particular one. I do agree that same small off-putting notes there, but that's simple to avoid. Don't add water.
Yeah. Like I said, I was noticing it before. I wasn't confident in that it was a flaw versus, well, maybe that's just something with the pot still. But now I'm like, there's something there. They could have, a little bit of age, they could have gotten that out.
You did say that. But yeah, no, there's too many things I like here. I mean, it has a great nose. I mean, like I said before, very similar to the Red Brush 21. I mean, I just love the way this thing smells. And I mean, without water, it has a great mouthfeel.
Yep.
Bunch of flavors that I like. Easily an 89. I was debating going higher. This is, when I think of Irish whiskey, because not everyone gets their hands on, say, the Knockrath Forest, whatever and stuff like that. I'm going to bring people up, if they like this one, I'm going to say, have you tried the Gold Spot? That one was impressive.
Yeah.
At least in my opinion. That's what we're here for, right?
That's that.
Our
If you're watching at this point and you don't care about our opinion, I'm not sure why you're here.
You're a drink with this, apparently.
Hey, that's cool too.
Fine too. All right, so we both think this one rather highly, Dustin. Not something like apparently they come out with very often. Very exotic cask maturation. Always love it when that's done well. Really, that's the hand of a master blender. So well done. Whoever put this one together, obviously for a special event, and they did not come short-handed.
No, not at all.
At all. All right, so if you guys had a chance to try this one, let us know what you guys think. By the way, how many bottles?
I have no idea. It was not one they put out bottle count that I've seen. So, but they produce enough where I think you can get one.
And until next time, what do we wish the folks?
Happy drinking with Irish Mike.
See you next time.